Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Learning Japanese with Lelong Cards, and today I want to discuss, and I've been asked this many times over on Discord or by email or by many of you guys, but what's the best way to learn Japanese? There are many ways to approach Japanese learning, and I've compiled the most common ideologies here. You have university, the RTK method, the Ajat method, Maya, and anime cards. Alright, so first, university is a place to get a degree. Basically, where I live, the goal is to become a Japanese culture researcher rather than learning the language, so it's not always the best, but if you want to go, you might see these Genki textbooks. I've never used one, but I've heard they're rather extreme. Okay then, RTK. That's a method created by Heisig. So what is it? It's a method based on the mnemonic school of thought. Mnemonics are little sentences that help you remember words, kanji, or basically anything. They sometimes are kind of detached to the actual meaning, but I guess that's kind of the point. RTK is kind of similar to other methods, and it's a classic method. In fact, it's one of the first Japanese ideologies ever invented. So what is it? Here's an example of what it looks like. So here we're learning about the kanji for 9, 10 and smash. So 9 kind of looks like power. Heisig gives us a good advice about stroke order here, always helps discriminating similar stuff. So 9 here, as you can see, also means baseball, because there are 9 players in baseball. And 10, well, that means needle. In fact, 10 is the kanji, 10 is in the kanji for needle, which makes sense if you think about it. So how does that help us? Well, as you can see, smash is made up of rock plus 9 over 10, which could be 9/10 of a rock, but really if you think of 9 as a baseball and 10 as a needle, then it all comes together. In fact, these two often come together, and together then mean a game of cricket, since cricket is pretty similar to baseball and it has sticks or needles or whatever. So once you throw the rock, which could be a metaphor for a ball if we're really pushing, it travels over the wicket and smashes the pitch or the needles. And that is what a mnemonic is. Next, I want to talk about Ajat, which was created by Katsumoto. He's a genius who came up with this revolutionary idea of consuming Japanese rather than learning it. It's a real breakthrough in Japanese learning, as it's the first input-based school of thought. There's some weird idiosyncrasies about Kat's ideology. Here he tells us about how being a pothead is bad, but being a crack addict is good. Well. Okay, now Mia. It's a new ideology created by Matt. Here's the formula for the Mia. Mia equals Anki plus Ijat minus Kat. It's indeed very much the same school of thought as Ijat, but with a different flavor of autism. Next, I need to talk about the anime card ideology. Okay folks, this is big. This is one of the latest theory in the world of Japanese methods. Created by Marie, it aims to put the anime back into Japanese. Here's the formula. Maya plus Anki minus Matt minus Cats plus autism plus anime plus audio plus Sherix equals the anime card. So that's double Anki there. Anki, Maya, and Anki. It's a very different brand of autism at play here. In fact, there may be a stronger emphasis on autistic shenanigans in this ideology. The major breakthrough here is the use of Sherix, a cool software. But I want to ask a question. Is this it? Is the anime card the ultimate ideology? The end of history of Japanese learning? Well, in my opinion, not quite. I want to talk about one last ideology. The Lelong card created by Lelong is a major departure from the input-based theories. Unlike the current doxa, it puts a very strong emphasis on learning by parroting the Japanese, a process called shadowing. Here's the formula. Anime card plus Moya minus open bracket Muri plus Math close the bracket minus Sherix plus substitute series plus pronunciation times shadowing plus sentence based minus semantic based. Well, that's equal to the Lelong card. It isn't semantic based, but I should note that it isn't anti-semantic either. Alright, so let's see how it works.